It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly. That Business Show gives a voice to Tampa Bay's entrepreneurial community and highlights our community leaders, aiming to inspire and educate our listeners. Become a part of the entrepreneurial movement today by becoming a member of the Tampa Bay Business Owners and get your brand on air today. Visit tampabayradio.com for more information. All shows available on demand. Now, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. This segment is all about talking about beer and restaurants here. We got Alexis, Pettinato, and Kasia, Lavigne with the Brew Bus Brewery in studio today.
It's a party in here today.
But they didn't bring any drinks or anything, so we'll have to stop by there later on. So Alexis and Kasia are in studio today. This is Brew Bus Brewery. It's up there on Florida Avenue, and so I'll let Alexis tell us a little bit more about this location.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So Brew Bus was started in 2011 by Anthony Derby. He had gone to school in Colorado and realized that the brewery scene here in Tampa was growing. So when he moved back, he wanted to make a safe way for people to get around to the different breweries. So he invested in one bus, and after that first year, so many people were interested that he expanded on the bus side of the business and also saw the opportunity to start brewing his own beer. So a year later, he started brewing and created Brew Bus Brewing. And now we're in 2016, almost 2017, and we have 5 buses in our fleet. We now have 2 breweries.
Wow, I didn't realize it was actually a bus. I just thought that was the name of the establishment. That's a cool concept.
I know. I always wonder when people don't know we have buses, they're like, why would you name it the Brew Bus?
Right, and so
It's
that
clever.
location on Florida is just one of the stops along the Brew Bus tour. Now, is this who are the different owners of like the other stops? Are you all just just come to an agreement that hey, we'll all partner up and do this together? How does all that fit?
Yeah, it's actually a really awesome industry. I used to be in tech sales before, and to see how well breweries partner together and they really look out for each other and they all wish the best for each other, it's really great. And so really most of I don't think we've had a brewery that didn't want to
be a
work
part
with
of it.
us.
Good.
Yeah, so it's been really great, and we have a lot of other wonderful businesses too, restaurant partners and things like that. So the community's been really responsive to what we're trying to do here.
So how long is like a tour then? How long do they go, and how often do they run, and how that it's a really cool concept.
Yeah,
we'll have to do that, Jamie. We need to get out. And
Definitely,
experience
let
the
me
Brew
know.
Bus.
But yeah, we do weekly public tours. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we always have a public event. But if you're interested in private rentals, you can just think of us as another option for group transportation. We specialize in the brewery tours, but if you're just needing a group shuttle, that's also what we offer. But we're a little bit different because we can serve and sell alcohol on our buses. So our rates include beer with the purchase
So you
of the
can
bus.
drink on the bus too?
Yes.
There's no.
That's the best
Yep.
part of the bus concept, I
Wow.
think, right?
That's interesting. I wouldn't think that would be allowed. I didn't think you could have open container inside any
Yeah,
moving
we got a
vehicle.
special license.
Very
That's
interesting.
really cool. And then, so how many stops do you have with the different breweries?
Oh, it just depends on the tour. Typically, we do about 3 breweries in 4 hours. That's our average.
Very
so.
cool.
Now, the craft brewing scene in Tampa is starting to become known. There's a lot of this going on in Tampa Bay. Talk to us about what you've seen since you've been involved in this industry with regards to the different craft breweries that are popping up.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. It's really exciting for Tampa in general. We have over 60 breweries now in the Tampa Bay area. And that's a huge thing for our tourism. And so, we work really closely with Visit Tampa Bay and helping to understand those tours that we're getting now. I think we are still number 3 for the best brewery destination in the United States.
Wow,
So
I didn't realize.
yeah,
Number
it's
3.
it's huge for us. So it's really exciting.
So tell us a little bit about the plans for the Brew Bus, the expansion plans, the growth. What's the outlook for this company right now?
Yeah, so I love Anthony. He has such a huge drive to just doesn't want to stop. So
Most entrepreneurs don't.
So within this year, he bought Florida Avenue Brewing, completely remodeled that. We opened in April. We then got new tanks for our brew house, so we're still expanding on that. Then obviously we opened the kitchen, which we brought on Kasia to our team, the Eatery. So that's the latest thing that we've done. And Anthony could go on and on about what he still
Now,
wants
do you
to
offer tours of the facility too? Because you can see all the tanks and stuff through the glass. When you're sitting in the restaurant, do you offer tours or things? Is this like a group team building type of a situation where you can do
for sure,
businesses?
Yeah. Yep, yes. So we do offer brewery tours in our brew house as well. Right now it's just on Saturdays, but if we see the demand, we're obviously going to grow with that too.
Okay. Now you have a kitchen there as well. We got Kasia Lavigne in studio today, and she is the chef with the Brew Bus. And people can also learn more about this at that website, brewbususa.com. So I want to welcome Kasia into the discussion today to tell us a little bit more about what they offer in the kitchen. So Kasia, tell us a little bit about some of the signature dishes that you prepare for the people.
Well, we opened the kitchen. We are going into the third week of the kitchen.
Only the third week, so it's fairly new.
Okay, so
then.
this is new. So you've had to come in
fresh, yes.
So
very fresh.
Very fresh.
I like the terminology today. The side hustle, fresh instead of new. I like it.
Yeah, here we go.
So did they give you complete control over the design of the menu?
Yes.
Okay.
I am completely in charge of the menu. We wanted to create as I said, very fresh, modern menu that enhances all the flavors that I know, that I learned in California. That's where I started cooking professionally. Our menu, it's a menu that includes every flavor that you can imagine.
That complements beer flavors
absolutely,
as well.
Yes. Personally, I am a wine drinker, but I've been expanding my horizons and my palate. To me, beer is kind of like a soy sauce, and wine is like a lemon zest. They both kind of like cut through the saltiness, fattiness of food that I create. Beer gave me an opportunity to expand my horizons.
You hear so much about pairing wines with dinners, but you don't hear about pairing beer with dinner.
This is a modern trend. That's what all the chefs are learning, and
so that's what you're doing now. Is really creating a menu that you can pair with all the different flavors.
I'm learning about beers, and
traditionally you pair beer with wings or pizza, and that's it. And so now you're having
Yeah, you should try you should take a look at the menu. Our very, as I said, modern, natural menu, and every dish is matched, paired with beer.
What are some of your favorite dishes then?
As a vegetarian, right? My favorite one is kind of like a signature dish because you don't find that anywhere else.
And what is that?
This is what we do. We offer eggplant, Japanese eggplant. It's a tempura battered Japanese eggplant sprinkled with nori. And on top of it, we introduced Indian curry.
Sounds like a good combination.
It sounds like a good combination. People are surprised with the variety of flavors that they get when you taste that.
This is your first time then coming into a restaurant where the theme of the restaurant is craft brewery. So this is a learning experience for you as well.
And we've been successful.
Great opportunity, yeah.
It is a fantastic opportunity. As I said, we are going into the third week of the restaurant, and the response has been fantastic.
Have you defined a signature dish yet for the Brew Bus? Is there a signature dish that everybody has to try, or is this going to be the traditional, get the wings and or maybe a slice of pizza?
We do have flatbreads on the menu.
It's a little bit of both.
We do have chicken wings. However, we put a different spin on chicken wings.
How do you put a different spin? Just a different sauce?
That's how you do it, right? We kind of like enhanced the chicken wings.
They're modern chicken wings.
Modern kung pao chicken wings.
Okay.
Sprinkled with, just imagine a Chinese kung pao flavor, and we put some peanuts there, a little fresh cilantro. We present them on chopsticks. On top of
Sounds good.
Rice noodles. So it's surprising.
Yeah.
So how do you see the menu evolving here? As the menu, I guess, is still under development. 3 weeks now at the Brew Bus, opening up a kitchen.
Right.
How is the menu going to evolve?
The menu is ready right now. However, we're going to be seasonal. Every season, we're going to change the menu. We are going to. That's the idea, is to incorporate all the flavors, all the seasonal
Dishes,
fruits,
yeah, that's a good idea.
vegetables. Yeah, and we also. This is an open kitchen, so I have an opportunity to interact with our guests.
So open kitchen means what? The guests.
They can watch me.
Oh, okay.
So this is kind
Oh,
of
so
like
the
a
kitchen
show.
is open
Yes,
to the
everything,
restaurant.
just like the brewery. They can watch the brewers. They can watch me, the chef, and I have a.
Any drama we can watch back there too?
The
Not
drama
yet?
is
Is
not
it a reality
present.
show in the making?
It's not drama yet. Right? Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
Alexis, let's pass the microphone back over to you. Why did Brew Bus decide to open up a kitchen and not just stay, a craft brewer with just basic, beers?
Yeah, so obviously we have a very unique practice, a little bit different than other breweries where we also have that bus service. And a lot of times we have seen that our patrons are wanting food, and we can get food trucks on the weekends, but it's not always reliable. We don't always have the same hours. So because we're already, having the people in there enjoying a beer, we wanted them to also enjoy food. And I mean, beer and food go very well together, obviously. So it just made sense, because of what the customers were wanting, but also in sales too. I mean, you're going to have a beer, you're going to order some food, and then you're
Right.
probably going to order another beer. So
How many different beers do you have on tap there?
So we have 20 beers on tap always. We usually have about 5 guest beers, and we usually try to use any other Florida breweries as the guest beers.
And in a craft brewery, I mean, you don't have the traditional beers. You don't go in there and order a Budweiser or a Bud Light, and I think that confuses a lot of people that are not, beer drinkers, and they go in there. And so, but you can, you know what to tell them to substitute those beers for. So if you say, well, I like Budweiser, what do you have that fits that? Or I like, a Guinness type of a beer. You have all those types of, recommendations. What are some of the most popular beers at the Brew Bus right now?
Yeah, that's been a really exciting part of opening up a tasting room now, because we get to see what is selling well and what we're getting good feedback from. So it's also helping us understand what our seasonal beers going to be and what our core beers going to be. So definitely our cores still are the most popular, which is a good sign. But we do a lot of fruit mixed beers. We have one called the Passion of the Heights, which has we can barely keep it on tap because it goes so quickly.
That is good.
Yeah, that's it's Kasia's favorite as well.
It would probably be mine too. I like the fruitier flavors.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find in a beer.
Now,
but-
do you have a beer that's like a thick lager or a thick brew, like a Guinness, for instance? That's one of my favorite beers.
Yeah, of
is a
course.
Guinness.
We always have, a porter on, or one of the ones that's coming back out in February is our hazelnut spread porter. And we always launch it on National Nutella Day.
Oh,
So that's a
National
really good
Nutella
one.
Day. That's just,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And what's do you have a popular IPA, for instance? I'm not a big fan of the IPAs.
What's
but
an IPA?
It's a very hoppy beer. It has a very bitter taste to it, and so beer is made from a variety of ingredients. One of them being hops, and so the more hops that you have in a beer, the more hoppy it tastes, or more bitter that it tastes. And they're called IPAs, and they're definitely an acquired taste. I prefer a less hoppy beer. But what do you have on tap that's in that
So
category?
what's unique is the fact that we have Florida Avenue Brewing and Brew Bus Brewing. So both of them actually do have their own IPA, but the Florida Ave is a session IPA, which is a little bit of a lighter IPA. So if you're a first-time IPA, or it's Indian Pale Ale, if that's your first time trying it, I would suggest going with a session. And then Brew Bus also has an IPA that's a little bit of your heavier one. And to give you a better understanding, it's like a grapefruit almost taste. So that's the flavor that you're getting with those.
What are some of your upcoming eatery events?
So that's what's exciting now with the menu. We get to kind of be unique and doing events. So we have our Bacon Day coming up on December 30th. I don't know if you want to talk about
Bacon Day, or yeah, it's
Bacon Day. Yeah,
Bacon is really popular these days.
tell us about Bacon Day.
we want to enhance. I would like to bring Nueski bacon, which is awesome bacon. We are going to offer a buffet style choices. You will be able to pick a few dishes that I'm going to offer. As far as the menu, it's still under works, but we're going to.
But it's all surrounded around bacon.
It's bacon, gnocchi bacon, gnocchi bacon, mac and cheese bacon. Yeah.
And when is that?
So that'll be December 30th. And then beyond that, we're doing Taco Trivia Tuesdays, which is one of our most popular days. But now we get to actually make the tacos in-house, which is really exciting. So
Yeah.
tonight, for instance, if you don't have any plans, definitely come out for that.
Taco Trivia Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's clever. I like that.
Yep. And then we've been doing a brunch once a month. Typically it's the last Sunday in the month, but given the holidays this month, we're actually doing it this Sunday. So on the 18th. So if you don't have any plans, that's from 11 to 1. We'd love to have you guys come out and be able to try some of Kasia's food. But we'll continue to do those on a monthly basis.
All right. Where are you located at? What's the address?
It's 4101 North Florida Avenue.
All right. Well, good discussion this morning. Alexis Pettinato and Kasia Lavigne, both with the Brew Bus Brewing, a place up there on Florida Avenue. BrewBusUSA.com for more information. So, Alexis and Kasia, thank you both so much for being in studio today.
Thank you. Good luck with everything.
Coming back from the break, we're going to do our weekly What's Trending segment with Matt Ashwood. So, stay tuned for that. And you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com. If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Serious crash on the Courtney Campbell Causeway eastbound direction near the Clearwater side, near the Little Bridge, and both lanes apparently are blocked here and traffic already backed up to the Bayside Bridge and McMullen Booth. Consider the Howard Franklin or Hillsborough Avenue instead. Southbound 75 remains closed in Manatee County due to an overturned tanker. This is between State Road 70 and University Parkway. Use Lockwood Ridge or Lakewood Ranch. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uter Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Today, dense fog early, then mostly sunny with a high 81. Tonight, patchy fog, low 65. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 79.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
It's time to learn about what's trending on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Matt Ashwood joins us in studio, and he handles the social media for us live here in studio each and every morning. And so he talks about different trends going on social media in this segment every Tuesday on the program. So, Matt, you said there's a new challenge out there today. What's going on?
Yeah, I got a new challenge for you guys. Obviously, everyone's heard of the mannequin challenge, I think, by now. At least if you're on Facebook, you've heard of it. That was going around, a lot of people participating in this challenge, where if you're not familiar with the mannequin challenge, it was a trending thing to do on social media, where you get a group of people and you freeze in place and you take a camera through the group of people. You've probably, by now, I'm sure you've seen it if you're
it annoyed a lot of people too, by the way. I noticed it was kind of one of those things that either liked it or you didn't like it.
Yeah. It came and disappeared.
Went already.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. But this new challenge is called the Chuck E. Cheese Challenge.
Oh no!
Now I don't think it's not going to be as big as Mannequin Challenge, because that just happened and now we're tired of the cheese challenges. But it was a pretty interesting challenge I saw trending online last night. The Chuck E. Cheese Challenge, what it is it was started by these musicians.
It's great publicity for Chuck E. Cheese.
I suppose maybe it's a sponsored challenge, but
we need to sponsor our own challenge.
Yes. So what the challenge is well, in this video, there's a bunch of musicians, like they're in front of a microphone and stuff like that, but they're doing this little robotic movement as if they're one of those animatronic machines and associated with Chuck E. Cheese. So it's I recommend looking that up on YouTube, finding it. It's a funny video called the Chuck E. Cheese Challenge.
And so how do people participate in the Chuck E. Cheese Challenge?
So it looks like you just set up, you got
to go to the Chuck E. Cheese?
And you just do your best robot image while singing to a song. I think that's the theme to it, is you're doing like a karaoke thing or something, but you're in a robotic.
Lip-syncing while you're robotically moving.
Right. And it looks pretty funny on this video, so maybe that'll pick up. I can't guarantee that for you guys, but I think at least if you're a musician listening in, I think that would because it's starting off within the music community. I think you should check it out first and participate in the Chuck E. Cheese Challenge just to have some fun with some social media.
There's a new Chuck E. Cheese Challenge out there now on social media.
I was going to say that, when you talk about taking advantage of the trends, right? If you are a musician, this is a trend that could relate to you, right?
Yeah.
So that's where you would say take advantage of this while it's hot and do something clever with it.
Yeah.
Correct?
Because when you'll notice, like the mannequin challenge, there are some videos that you remember, like, wow, that was a good video. Like what comes to mind is when the Dallas Mavericks, they had the whole stadium participating in this mannequin challenge. Oh, that's a cool team because they did that on a huge scale, and they were the first ones I saw do that. Or there was my favorite one is there was a mannequin challenge where these horses were frozen in place in weird, awkward. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't.
But that went round, and that was a pretty creative one. And now I forget. I honestly forgot who posted that was. But if they branded it really well, then they could have established themselves really well as like the go-to horse.
You would remember that
stable.
also.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's opportunities within this challenge to reach a new audience just by through the social sharing. They're interested in what you're doing, and it can be a great way to gain more exposure for your business if you can tap into these trends.
Know
pretty
what's
well.
trending and use the hashtags. We talk a lot about that on the What's Trending segment. So, Matt Ashwood, thank you so much for keeping us up to date with what's trending. And people can learn more and use his services over at mattashwood.me. So, Matt, good discussion.
Thank you, Matt.
And again, learn more about this program over at tampabayradio.com. And to come on to the program, please visit tbsinterview.com. Also, please connect with us all across social media, facebook.com/That Business Show, just being one of the outlets. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Billmeyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Billmeyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol,
hey Jim.
I just got this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it.
Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Does your child struggle to concentrate and pay attention? What looks like ADD or autism may actually be caused by lead poisoning. Lead is a neurotoxin. It can cause permanent brain damage. Find out how to protect your family. Go to leadsafeamerica.org.
1250 winds weather center forecast. Look for some morning fog once again, similar to yesterday. Eventually turning into partly sunny skies. Low 80s for the high, mid 60s for the low. Chance of rain tomorrow, small, a little more cloudy, upper 70s. Then look for those mid 70s to close the week out Thursday, Friday. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to tampabayradio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And welcome to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Learn more about this program at tampabayradio.com and connect with us all across social media. Our Twitter handle is now at That Biz Show, so that's a change from the name Jamie_Meloni. It's now at That Biz Show. Time to talk about data, ink, and toner for your business. We got Gabor, a.k.a. Gabby Caroli, in studio today. He is the owner of Pro Data Ink and Toner, and you can learn more at that website, prodataink.com. So, Gabby, as he likes to be called, welcome into the program today.
Welcome, Gabby.
So tell us a little bit more about this business. I know you've been working with, us at TBBO. You keep us stocked with, the ink, and it's instead of buying that expensive ink, the store-bought brands and stuff, it's an alternative to that. But just tell us a bit more about what your business is.
We are very
Oh, go ahead. All right.
We can hear you now.
We are a very low-tech business and for a high-tech equipment. Toners, everything is toner. Ink is toner and powder is toner. Most people refer to ink and toner because that's what they're accustomed to. But that's been around for quite a while as these two terminologies, but in the industry, we just use toner.
It's all one and the same.
That is the same. But there's very different modalities. Every manufacturer has their own modality, and you have to use the appropriate type of toner for the appropriate type machine. So it becomes a very confusing subject.
I mentioned earlier, it seems like so often I hear business associates say, they complaining about the pricing of the ink or the toners, and they say it's so expensive to maintain the equipment. I should just buy new equipment. It's cheaper sometimes. So how do you get around that, or what are we doing wrong?
Well, my advice to most people, and I have almost 30 years experience in this industry, is that if you're making more or producing more than 10,000 prints a month, then you need a commercial type full service copy machine that you buy or lease. If you're making less than 10,000 prints a month, then you should just be able to get along with a desktop type printer or a multifunction machine like we have nowadays, a small copier.
Okay, now you're differentiating earlier between ink and toner, and I'm used to just using those. In the office you have the all-in-one printers that does the copy scanning and printing, and then you got your office, a scanner or printer out there that does the large jobs and the more than 10,000 copies a month. But what is the difference between ink and toner specifically? I know you're touching on that.
Well, toner comes in besides being ink, it comes in very different molds.
But it's like a powder or something, right?
Yes, but not all of it comes in cartridges.
Oh, okay.
The ones that you use in commercial machines come in tubes.
Okay.
Huge tubes, and they make 20, 30,000 per
But it's
tube.
a powdery substance or something.
But it's a powdery substance.
So how does it react? How does that come about? How does it produce the print on a copy?
It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. Prints are made the same way from 30 years ago that they're made today, except now we have digital technology that we did not have 30 years ago. You put a piece of paper on a piece of glass, and through transference in a machine, it just shoots it through a set of mirrors and reflects it onto a photosensitive drum. This photosensitive drum is charged, and the areas where it's charged, you have an image, and the areas that you are not charged are just white. So you make that print, it appears physically sucked down onto a piece of paper, and then is bonded to the paper with heat and pressure.
Now,
That's
how
a toner does it.
Why are the toners for these printers so expensive? It's like $70, $80, $90 and more. And you can go online or go to your service, and get these things, much cheaper. Why are they selling these things for such a high price in these stores when there's so much alternative out there?
It's basically what the market can bear. The development of the cartridges is pretty expensive. It's almost like developing a new drug. There's a lot of research and development that goes into that, and each manufacturer uses their own type of toner. There's pulverized toner, there's chemically formulated toner, there's dye-based toner, there's pigmented toner, so it depends on how that machine is going to react to that particular.
But you can use, an alternative, which is, sometimes, 50% the cost of the store-bought brands. Are you causing any damage to the machine, or is there any inefficiencies that's produced by using the non-branded toners?
One of my guarantees is during the warranty type of your machine, or almost any time, if my toners damage the machine in any way, I will repair or replace it at my cost. Over 30 years, I have yet to see that. Now, I have seen it when you buy toners that are not designed for your machine, that will clog the print heads and will damage the internal mechanisms of your machine. But that is not the fault of the toner itself. It's just the fault of not putting the correct type into it.
So all of your ink is created to fit all of the different machines specifically, just like you'd go and buy an HP such and such or whatever number it may be. So you have all of those versions for these different printers, but you have your Gabby's version.
Well, there's well, Gabby does not actually produce or manufacture anything, but we use national and international vendors that produce these cartridges.
Now, when you use the alternative cartridges versus the brand cartridges, does it result in fewer prints? Do they last equally as long? Is there any difference in longevity of the
That depends
product?
on the quality of the product that you buy.
For instance, just your products. How are they going to be comparable in longevity to the store-bought brands?
Without violating any of the patents, because that's something that we cannot do. Every manufacturer has a patent on their product and on the supplies. It comes as close as possible to that, and we guarantee a performance of plus or minus 10%.
You know, and it's interesting, like when you go to Walgreens or Walmart or any of and I think, CVS, any of them, they always have their CVS brand, and then they'll have like the Advil, or they have their brand of Advil, or however it is. So when you actually look at the ingredients and everything that makes it up, it's typically exactly the same. So why would you pay more just for a brand name when you're getting exactly the same thing in the Walgreens, Advil? So same concept.
You're not.
But you're not.
Because most of the online manufacturers that sell online sell mostly Chinese-made product. It comes down to a matter of quality and what goes into the cartridge. Most large manufacturers use the same type of ink or toner in all their cartridges, regardless of what machine it goes into. So number one, you have a quality issue, that you don't have the blacks that you should have or the colors that you should have. The solid fills on the print. When you print something or your logo in your business letterhead, you want that to show up very dark and very noticeable. If you're not using the correct toners, then that is going to look kind of like a washed out kind of print.
Doesn't it also matter to the quality of the paper that you're using when you're printing documents? I mean, how does the quality of the paper come into play here?
If you have an ink machine and you're using laser paper in it, then the ink actually can soak into the paper and dilute the print and smear the print. Same thing as if you're using a paper that's designed for an ink machine and you use it in a laser machine, then the ink paper has a little coating on it, and then, of course, the toner will not bond correctly to the paper, and you might just wipe off in your hand.
Now, your services include obviously ink. What about, do you advise on printers and copiers and when to make those types of decisions in your business? Because investing in a copier for a small business owner, I mean, that's a hefty investment. But then again, constantly you're putting in new inks, or I should say toners, into the all-in-ones can definitely add up. Can you advise on stuff like that for business owners?
Yes. What I ask most people to do is, once they figure out how many prints they're making on a monthly basis, most people will way underestimate the number of prints that they make by about 25%. You need to look at not just the cost of the equipment, but how much it's going to cost you to operate the equipment. I suggest normally under 3 cents for color per page and 1 cent per page for black.
Okay, so that's the cost of printing, right? So 1 cent per page and then 3 cents for color, okay?
Correct. You determine how much you're paying for this cartridge, how many prints it's supposed to give you, and then you divide one into the other.
And you said when you exceed, 10,000 prints a month, you should look at a commercial grade printer. Was that the recommendation that you made earlier?
And a commercial type printer in black and white will give you approximately a penny per copy cost on black, and less than 5 cents per copy for color.
Now, what about there's leasing options available for those machines as well? Now, do you also sell and lease the copier machines, or do you strictly deal in the toner and the inks?
No, I don't. I have a relationship with businesses in the Tampa Bay area that will provide that service for you.
Okay.
So
now, you've been doing this 30 years. Obviously, printers have come a long way in 30 years. How did this begin? How did you find this business? What were printers even like in 30 years ago?
Well, I moved to Florida from Virginia, and I was a retail department store manager in Virginia, but I did not really want to continue that in Florida. And I just answered an ad in the newspaper. There were no computers at that time, and went, and I was hired because of my background.
But how did you find the ink business, the ink and toners with printers? How did that start?
It started from being a full service company. My first business was a full service company. We sold copiers and also the supplies that go into them. And as time progressed, it just became too involved. There's too many people involved, too many different personalities, and having to deal with a lot of employees at the time
It just seems
tiring.
through the years, printers and copiers have come down in price, but ink and toner remains high. Why is that not adjusted?
No, it is not always like that. Like I said before, it is how much the market can bear. So the manufacturers set the prices. There are no federal controls on how much you can charge. It's not like there are regulations that you can only charge $50 for a cartridge. So if the manufacturer wants to charge $150 for a cartridge that only makes 3,000 prints, they are free to do so.
Now, how do your services work? Do you distribute the products strictly online? Do you have a storefront? Do you come to location? How do you operate?
We are just a direct personal type service. We visit all of our customers on a yearly basis. That is no online business, and only because we provide a program to our clients. We supply all their inks and toners for all the equipment in their offices at no upfront cost. That means if you go to a retail store and you buy a cartridge, you have to pay for that upfront. And normally you would buy more than one to have a spare. And you have to pay for that before you can walk out the door. We supply...
Unfortunately, yeah, that's how it works.
We supply all that to your business for no upfront cost. So all the cartridges are available to you, and you only pay for the cartridges that you actually consume.
Okay, and then you send an invoice once a month or whatnot, and then you pay at that time.
Correct.
So you receive the product up front, and then you get a monthly invoice, and it keeps you fully stocked.
There are no minimums. You are one of our clients, actually. There are no minimums, so you're not required to use a cartridge every month. You might go several months without using a cartridge, and you're only going to pay for that one cartridge, which will be immediately replenished.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
And do you have cartridges for all the printers, no matter the age? You go back 5-10 years ago for people that are still using some aged printers. Do you have those still in stock?
We normally can go back about 20 years.
20 years, okay.
And going forward, the industry takes about 6 months to catch up to the new technology. So for the first 6 months, we cannot get any compatible product.
So if there's a line out there of printers that's brand new, then typically it's 6 months down the road before you'll have anything
correct
comparable.
At that point, I will supply OEM, original equipment manufacturer product, at the same price that you can buy retail, locally.
Great.
And when the compatibles become available, then, of course, you have savings sometimes 70% or more.
All right.
Wow.
Well, good discussion on ink and toner for your business. So if you could use his services, again, upfront, no charge, and get a monthly invoice and have all the products sent over to you, and you can save tons.
Yeah, who wouldn't do that?
I don't know.
I can't see any downside to this.
Tremendous cost savings over going into Office Depot and buying those store-bought
Well,
brands.
and the trips that you always end up spending way much more money because you go in and buy a ton of other things.
Yeah, then you buy stuff on top of that. Yeah.
Great idea.
Gabby Caroli, thank you so much. Good discussion. All right.
Thank you, Gabby.
Learn more about his business at prodatainc.com, or you can give him a call at 813-837-8536. Again, 813-837-8536, or visit prodatainc.com. Stay tuned. Coming back from the break, we got another topic on what's trending with Matt Ashwood on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Traffic on the Cody Campbell Causeway has both directions blocked about midway across the bay. Use southbound US 19 to Almerton and the Howard Franklin Bridge as your alternate. The southbound Bayside Bridge is now jammed, so avoid that if you can. Westbound direction, use Hillsborough Avenue over to Oldsmar. Southbound 75 remains closed in Manatee County between State Road 70 and University Parkway. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uterick. Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Do you live in a historic home? Are you renovating? Your children could be at risk of lead poisoning. It takes just a microscopic amount of lead dust to poison a child. Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Today, dense fog early, then mostly sunny with a high 81. Tonight, patchy fog, low 65. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 79.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here are your hosts, Jamie and Kelly.
And it's time to find out what's trending again here on That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business. Matt Ashwood joins the morning discussion again to talk to us about Facebook ads, right?
Yeah.
What's some tips on this?
Everyone's using Facebook ads. You know, it's really effective right now, and I highly recommend it. I'm using it across different businesses, whether you're B2B, B2C. There's ways you can use Facebook ads because you can target exactly who you're looking for. Everyone's on Facebook, and they're on it regularly, and you can get into their feeds and communicate what you're doing pretty effectively through Facebook ads.
Yeah, I've used it sparingly. I've gotten some decent results. It's a little bit hard to figure out how to use that the campaign manager behind the scenes.
Yeah, that can be tedious at first, but it can be very effective. One thing I recommend if you're starting out is looking up the audience insights page. It's facebook.com/ads/audience- insights. I know it's
you can find it.
Just Google Facebook's audience insights. You'll be able to find it through there. But what it does, it shows you how you can target your ads. So it's pretty crazy because it'll show you can pull up people by where they live, how old they are, how much they make, whether they own a home or not, whether they're married, engaged, what interests they have, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's almost scary how much they know about you, but as a market and someone that wants to enjoy their Facebook feed, you want ads that are appropriate for you. So, because I'm pretty glad I don't get Viagra ads showing up on my Facebook feeds. But there's so yeah, it's a very effective platform right now. It's inexpensive to get in front of the right people.
I get frustrated though because I like to do graphics with all of my ads, and you can only have so much text in the ad. What's the rule on that?
It's the 20% rule. But even any text kind of hurts you on your images. So you got to be creative in how to share what you're saying with just the image.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you spend the time to create them and then they're not approved.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had them get approved.
The less graphics, the better.
I've had them get approved and then denied 2 days later.
Yeah.
That drives me up.
How does that happen?
You can add the text when you say, if you want to say, it costs this much, you're getting 50% off. You can add that to the text next to the image. The image itself, you really want a photo that can communicate what you're doing and what you're selling pretty well, the experience that you're showing. And there's so you want to consider that with the type of photography you're choosing through that. And there's free stock photography. That's actually good quality stock photography that Facebook will give you if you're setting up at least the website click ads that you can set up when you're using the ads manager.
Very cool. And just another service that Matt Ashwood offers through his social media, again, providing the social media services here for the program as well. So, again, learn more at mattashwood.me. So, Matt, thanks so much for another segment on what's trending.
Thank you, Matt. I'm learning. Slowly but surely.
Educating Kelly here as well. Kelly also put in a plug for the magazine that's now out.
Yeah, edgebusiness.org. Head over to the website and please check out the latest issue of Edge Business Magazine. We are entrepreneurs dedicated to growth and excellence, and we provide a lot of different editorial topics from everyone from startup to your executive CEOs. So again, edgebusiness.org. You can hover over Edge Media to archived issues, and you can check out all the previous issues of Edge. So check it out.
All right, and also we got an event this week at the iHeartMedia station on podcasting, and so that's free to TBBO members. If you would like to attend that, please send me an email, jamie@tampabayradio.com, or use the contact form at tampabayradio.com, and it's from 1 to about 5 o'clock. Driving traffic to your business via podcasting, and so we'll teach you all about podcasting at that event. Learn more about this program at tampabayradio.com, and if you'd like to come onto the program, please visit tbsinterview.com for more information and connect with us all across social media. You've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie and Kelly, where business becomes show business.